Alright guys, what's happening? Welcome to another episode of Bob's Garage, and in this episode we're going to talk about changing a fuel pump on your B5 S4. Alright guys, so just a quick backstory real quick. This is going to be a super cringy video. I'm going to try to keep it short just because I don't have much time to do a full production for this. So there's already a video out on YouTube that shows you how to do this process. I'm just going to talk to you guys about my experience and document it for you. So this morning I started up the car and let it run for about 10 minutes to warm up and stuff. I always do it here in the winter time in Chicago area, and the car just literally just died on its own and just would turn over, wouldn't start, and that's as much time as I had to diagnose it this morning. I got home from work just now and checked the fuses, and sure enough the fuses were blown. Or the fuse was blown for the fuel pump. The fuel pump fuse is the third up from the left corner. So there should be one here. This is two, and then this would be where the fuel pump is. The reason why the bottom leftmost fuse is missing was to test it out. I removed the fuse that goes here and put it here. That's for the sunroof, and it's a 20 amp fuse as well. So I took this one and put it here, and it blew it instantly. The car started, fired up, and then the fuse blew and it died again. So that's it. So I did have to go out and get some new fuses, and as well as a brand new fuel pump. So this is from AutoZone. If you get one of these, just take a look inside. So I saw this picture, I was like, what the hell is that? So I opened it up, and sure enough, this does look like a B5 S4 fuel pump. A lot closer than that picture on the front. There will be two Oetker hose clamps holding on the fuel lines, and so you can either try to get new clamps. I actually called the Audi dealer and they couldn't get a part number for those hose clamps. They saw them on their diagram, but they didn't have a part number. So I just picked up these. It's a kit, and these are called fuel injection hose clamps. I got these from AutoZone as well. They were $7 or $8 for the entire kit. These are higher quality hose clamps, I guess, for fuel injection. They're solid metal. These ones look kind of cheap and chintzy, but I mean, whatever. AutoZone, they had a deal. If you spend over $100 on a fuel pump, they give you fuel injector cleaner. Okay, I don't know. They're always trying to push the shit. I don't know what the deal is with that. But here's the old fuse. So like I said, this is going to be a quick video, just kind of going through my experiences. I don't have the special wrench for undoing the fuel pump from the inside of the gas tank. So I'm going to try to do it by hand tonight. Otherwise I do have that wrench coming tomorrow. And yeah, if this job isn't completed tonight, then I will spend more time on this video, just explaining everything that you guys need. So I don't have any special tools to do this, so this is going to be a learning experience. This is my first time doing this. I checked all of my records and stuff. I don't think this car has had the fuel pump replaced ever. So this is a 2002 B5 S4 Tiptronic. So that means that fuel pump's about 15 years old. And I've been thinking that it needs to be replaced for a while now. I think I might have mentioned it in my update video. Having said that, let me think here. What else do we got going on? That's going to be it. So I'm not doing the fuel filter. I'm just doing the fuel pump. I don't have time right now to do the fuel filter. I'm going to have to do that some other time, maybe or preferably when I don't have a full tank of gas. All right, guys. I know you saw me say that this is going to be a super cringy video, but here's how you remove your seat. You just kind of lift up on the front of it, on this side of it, and you can kind of see it's all kind of popped up now, and then it should lift out from there. Alright guys, so I don't know what video I was watching, but it must have been a B6 video, to be honest. So in that video it said that the fuel pump was under the back seat, and oh yeah, the B5 is similar. Yeah, so got the back seat up and nothing to be found. So I come over here, removed my carpet, and that looks like it there. So that's I'm already learning something here. This is inside the trunk. Looks like the B6 guys have it a little bit easier. So I'm gonna fold down this back panel here, and maybe I can get to it easier from inside the car. We'll see. Alright, it goes without saying, but before you guys move on, make sure you disconnect the negative terminal on your battery and make note of the hump orientation here, so you can kind of see it there. It's facing, the humps are towards the front driver's side of the car, I suppose you could say. Okay, so first thing you want to do is cut off the two hose clamps. Remove them however you want. You can see it right there. What I do is I put a screwdriver in the little piece that sticks up, a tiny screwdriver, wiggle it back and forth to loosen the clamp up, and then I just use a piece of, or a set of dikes. These are just like metal shears, and then cut it off and then grab it off. A few things you're going to want to do just for organizational purposes. There's arrows on the blue pieces here and here for like the supply and the return. What I did was I just put arrows on the hose lines here. So this arrow is pointing that way. That matches this blue arrow. Let me see if I can show you guys. Kinda. You can see my arrow. So one's going in, one's going out. And then if you look right here, there's an arrow. I just marked with a marker, Sharpie, over here in line with that arrow, and there's another one over here, and it's from this angle it doesn't look like they line up, but close enough. I do recommend vacuuming this whole area out. Try to keep as much dirt and shit from falling into your gas tank and out of your gas. So from there, then you should just be able to go ahead and remove these electrical connectors and these hoses as well. So let's work on that. Okay guys, just another quick note here. This is the electrical connector, and it literally just pulled out of this socket here. I didn't have to really squeeze it or do anything. I just wanted to give you guys a good look at this, and you can see that these tabs here kind of go down in this channel, so it goes like this way, so you can kind of see the tab. And on my car there's this like dot here that was facing towards like the driver's seat, so when we go to put it back together, if it's flipped around or anything, that dot was facing towards the driver's seat. And then like I said, it is keyed, so not exactly sure if you're having problems removing this. I could not find a good like look at this anywhere online, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Maybe you could get like a pick down underneath there or whatever to get it loose, but mine just pulled right off. Maybe that's why I'm shorting fuses, blowing fuses I should say. So that's it. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the black ring that holds it on, and we should be able to get to the pump from there. So we got those hoses off. I just used a screwdriver, pushed in like here when the hose is on, after I got the clamp off, of course, and then I just pulled or put some pressure this way with the screwdriver, and I was able to pop those hoses right off. Not a lot of fluid leaked out. I did have some rags here ready, maybe just like a little bit of like a few drops, like a tablespoon or something. And yeah, so let's keep going. So to remove this ring, I don't have that special tool. It kind of looks like this, and you put it in there and it like locks in and twists the whole thing. I'm just gonna try to use like some screwdrivers crossed over or something, so we'll see. Alright guys, we got a quick update here. Got the top plate off and was not expecting this, so I don't know. The bottom portion of the fuel pump itself, or I guess the actual pump, is more forward of this hole. So there's a couple ways you can do it. You can either try to reach in there with your hand and just twist the son of a bitch, and or you can use a special tool. I'm trying to find some like elbow long gloves to reach in there and try it. Then you, over here in the blue section, you have a couple electrode things that you have to disconnect and stuff. So we're gonna try it. Otherwise I'll wait for that special tool that comes tomorrow. And I don't know what that wire is in there, but we're gonna find out soon here. Figured it might be a good idea to document the electrical connections here. You can see the black is towards the line connection, and the red is more towards, I guess that would almost be like the rear of the car. Okay. There you go. And I already noticed that the new one has different cables and shit on here, so this will be fun. Alright, so this is with the fuel pump removed. Ended up putting a long screwdriver on the outer lip of the fuel pump, hammering it with a hammer, twisting it. It only twists like not even an inch, and then you gotta get it all the way around.
Little lip here, see that?
Yeah, see, here's the locking mechanism.
And he broke that, and it slipped right on.
Yeah, and then you can see like that wire. I think that's for the gas gauge or something. You gotta get it around all that shit. You have 2 electrical connectors, or 1, I guess.
How's that wired thing in there looking on?
Looks okay to me. So this is the inside. Unfortunately, I had a full tank. There was like these 2 hoses. I had to disconnect them from the bottom of the blue thing and feed them into the tank, so that way the pump could pass around them or past them. So I'll have to pull those back out. That's what it looks like. I had a full tank of gas for this. This sucks. Alright kids, that's it. That's the end of it. We got the top plate in. I reused the rubber gasket. Put that in first, then put the blue piece down, and then I plugged in the electrical connector, and then I put on the black ring. I should say I put the black ring on first, I think. To put the black ring on, I literally just set it on there, got it started, and then I once again put a screwdriver in like this outer ring section and just lightly tapped and hammered this around. It should do about 1 full rotation, the black ring, the lock ring. If you guys do smell gas fumes or anything after working on your car like this, either your rubber gasket is bad or loose or something, or that locking collar is loose. So that's it. We're gonna reinstall the access panel plate, and these are those cheap hose clamps. They seem to be okay. I did start the car up, didn't see any leaks or anything like that. And the car fired right up. It had been taking like sometimes like 2-3 seconds. It just crank, and then it would go. But that's it, guys. So this is going to be a short and sweet video. That's how you replace a fuel pump on a 2002 B5 Audi S4. And this is the old pump here. That I should probably talk about. Here is the old fuel pump. So this part here is what's submerged into your fuel tank. And I could not get this to unlock with just my hands. I got gas all over my hands. I was wearing like those longer gloves, no dice. So what I did was I took a piece of electrical conduit, 1/2 inch, whatever, 3/8 inch, I don't know, or 5/8, and then I kind of put this all the way into the tank and hooked it onto this one edge here and hammered the end of it and pushed it, and it twisted it just enough. You're not really moving it that far. Here's a close-up to show you guys the locking mechanism, and that's all there is to it. So it was more of a pain in the ass to wiggle this out of the tank with everything else in there. There was, once it's inside the tank, there was like this this black line with like a white cap that was kind of like sitting like here, and it was like kind of coming from here. That's not connected to anything, so I kind of like lifted it up and pushed it over, and then I moved this around that line. I don't know what it is. Somebody smarter than me knows. It's probably the return line or something. I don't know. But it's not actually bolted to any of this, so it just kind of goes to the side, and then this comes around it. And then you have that wire float thing. I'm guessing that's for the gas gauge or something. I don't know. I'll find out if I broke it or whatever. Make sure, guys, one other tip. This line here that you have to disconnect from the old one, it's like there's like 2 hoses coming off of it. Make sure you lock it in properly. So there's 2 locking tabs. You can kind of see how there's like a channel there. Make sure that you have it clocked properly. Look at it before you remove it. If you don't have it on the right orientation, it'll probably just pop off once you get driving or start moving and stuff. So that's it. I already started up the car, tested it. Everything seems to be running okay. I didn't take it for a test drive, but revved the car up, and it seems to be money. So that's it, guys. Stay tuned for more, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet.